Here's our secret sauce in 3 steps for reducing false negatives and hiring inclusively. Hey y'all, I'm Lusen Mendel. I'm going to tell you how to reduce false negatives and make an inclusive hiring program. A false negative is when we decide not to move forward with a candidate, even though they do have the competencies to succeed in the job. And these missed opportunities cost us time and money and competitive advantage, and they're invisible. It's hard to measure what might have been. Instead, you have to proactively level up interviewer conduct and assessment, which are 2 things you can measure. I like to visualize this as a 3-dimensional space. On the x-axis, which I call conduct, you ensure that every interviewer knows how and when to clarify instructions, give encouragement, and provide hints. And then on the y-axis, called assessment, you ensure that interviewers are all on the same page about how those interactions impact or don't impact the candidate assessment. On the z-axis, called breadth, you ensure that interviewers can apply these interviewing skills equitably when interviewing widely diverse candidates. At Karat, we've built a large workforce of expert interview engineers who have conducted over 100,000 consistent, enjoyable, and equitable interviews. And since I used to lead that department, I'm gonna tell you how we did it. Here's our secret sauce in 3 steps for reducing false negatives and hiring inclusively. Step 1, build alignment among interviewers by writing things down. Write down interview questions, write down structured rubrics, write down guidelines for conducting interviews and for making assessments afterwards. This sounds like a lot. You don't need to go from 0 to perfection in one day. Start with a few items where consistency and equity are important, and then iterate as you learn more and can allocate more resources. The second step is to develop and even measure your interview capabilities. My favorite methods for doing this are pair interviewing, interview review, and practice interviews where interviewers role-play tricky candidate situations and assessments. Mix and match the methods that work for you. The point is to give interviewers a way to share knowledge and get feedback and improve the documents I mentioned in step 1. And the third step for inclusive hiring is to consider the accessibility of your interviews. If you don't normalize the wide array of human experiences as both candidates and employees, you're not going to be inclusive. You want candidates to feel comfortable if this is their first interview in this format, or if they've received terrible interview advice, which, trust me, that happens all the time. You want candidates to feel comfortable if they like upbeat encouragement or utterly quiet thinking time. What you don't want is for candidates to feel brave if they share their pronouns or request accommodations. The best way to do this is to use accessible hiring products and to put policies in place so that everyone knows ahead of time how to accommodate candidates with, for example, dyslexia or hearing loss or who use screen readers. When reducing false negatives, every step may feel small, but each step adds up all together in a big way. So if you keep moving forward towards inclusive hiring, you'll end up with not only a more efficient process, but a fairer and more enjoyable experience for everyone. Thanks for watching. Check out our full Engineering the Interview playlist for more tips on delivering consistent, fair, and enjoyable interviews. If you have a hiring question, send us an email at engineeringtheinterview@karat.com. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with a hiring manager.